Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, certified astrologer, and in this segment I'm going to be going over the full moon that has taken place earlier in the morning at August 9th, 2025. So let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing that I look at is the full moon, and the full moon is Leo versus Aquarius. Leo is a sign that is very proud and is defined by the lion, and the moon is in Aquarius, so that's kind of a watery sign. So that consolidates the energy of the sun right there, and kind of can enhance the effect. Something else I'm going to be talking about here is all of these cusps. So the cusp here, Jupiter arrives, and this is conjunct Venus, so kind of the eros, the love, things like that, will blossom and bloom as it goes to the first house, and that provides kind of global peace in this configuration. So look for that on a universal level, and then Mercury is kind of the messenger of everything. It kind of lets everything flourish in a positive way. I always tell people that make sure that you're reading the planets in a more positive light rather than having depictions of doom and gloom. So I already talked about the sun. So this is interesting because Mars is in the Imam Kolai, or at the cusp of the fourth house, and so um, Mars is there as a kind of a catalyst here for everything to be manifest. So Neptune is on the cusp of the 10th house, and Mars is in the cusp of the fourth house. So even though Neptune is considered kind of a nebulous sort of planet, the trident, Mars is seen as catalyst for that. Now, this is a dynamic tension that is going on here. So, so Saturn kind of helps in that because that balances the energy of Mars. So then on the seventh house, of course, this was in Libra. So that's Virgo to Libra. This is the Imam Kolai. And then Pluto is kind of a destructive but rejuvenating planet. So this is kind of metamorphosing from one to the other, Aquarius to Pisces. So they're kind of not technically an interesting combination, just when there's aspects. And this is, since this it takes place many years to make a revolution against the sun, all of these signs kind of work together to make that happen. North-south node, this is considered a karmic sort of thing. And Saturn is kind of enhancing that in a way, but in a good way, trying to manifest all of these three energies. Of course, Neptune, I already talked to you about, kind of a nebulous, watery sign. And Saturn restricts that, and Saturn also makes karmic retribution. And then in the 10th house, there's Quran. Quran is the wounded healer that makes a revolution once every 50 years around here. So this is in the 10th house, in the career house and counseling, and a lot of different types of emotional healing takes place. Then Uranus, of course, is trine with Mars, so allows for out-of-the-box thinking, and Mars is enhancing that in order to understand. So Jupiter and Venus, something else I wanted to bring to your attention is that these are both in Cancer, so allows for not only vanity, but in a good way, sort of self-confidence in a way. So let's go through here, kind of summary. So one of the biggest places for energy is the first house and the fourth house, and of course the seventh house as well, or 10th house. Now the seventh house doesn't have anything on the cusp, but also very auspicious. So these are set up for very strong positive thinking. And so set your emotions and understand what is necessary for transformation. I hope this has made some sense. Thank you for listening.